next 3 years, me no like to talk lo referendum, me no like to talk lo independence, me no like to talk lo narla politics lo Bougainville, me less finish. I want to talk about Kokopao to Buin sealing of that highway this year. I want to talk about Arawa town sealing this year. Also, Minister of State Enterprise to talk maybe like open Aropa Airport this year. Town na water sewage flow Arawa town. Town na sewage is important. Now power companies you must throw in this work of power.
Papa Ground, me like asking you please. Time or company belong company sit down, and company blow you, and partner blow you, by work one time you, no saving you. Suppose you bagarap him, asset, or you bagarap him workman blow me, and you bagarap him union, because when we shut him down, nobody will not can kiss him this lesson. Am you right, Laga? Me like him triple sing out, am you right, Laga? Thank you.
Now we believe Prime Minister Camp people must work for one time on behind Bougainville peace agreement, economic development. Panguna, we must kiss him, #1 priority on government.
The Mekamo are only interested in building a better community for our people and guaranteeing a bright future for our children.
First time inside long 20 years something, one Prime Minister long government of Papua New Guinea, he put him left. On top long soil, ground long Arawa. Adamant, Prime Minister come long this ground, one time peace. Mami, give me my mind. Long walking big talk now. Prime Minister, by giving me go long chairman, long North Nation, Council of Elders.
Ha, Ulmu, Zong, Ha, Malon, Ulmu. Mami Tokol Sam, Prime Minister come up long here, Ambarata Blombipla. Long Kevin District, Namatana District, Prime Minister Pin Kisim. My, one time Masa, even long East New Britain, I'm to Kisim all this position, Miblo Lagata Parata Blombipla. Long bring him become long here, because long relationship, long New Guinea Islands. Start long East, West New Britain, Golgata Manus, New Island. One time that's Yumi all long Bougainville. We will have by Upala, look so long Prime Minister, some and Brata Blobipala, and Milakam put him on long one time Upala, but my Upala talk one time. Peace ceremony now get something in peace. There's a lot of so long talk clear also, Emi come long strong him, that's a relationship. You know, come long, walk on him something, him come long. Put him on one time. Bamba Yumi or Guinea Islands region. Bamba Yumi tram long go pass. Long come out more work development inside long country long Papua New Guinea. There's a lot. You can go long chief. Chairman long Council of Elders. Long not Nasio. One time 500 kina. Long clear mo about long Prime Minister long Papua New Guinea, long ground, long here long Arawa. Thank
Bougainville Island, where dawn submerged as early as 4:30 in the morning, while other parts of Papua New Guinea curls under their warm morning sleep, is the home of the darkest people on earth. Bougainville Island, now autonomous region of Bougainville, was named after the French explorer Louis de Bougainville when he first set foot on the island of the rising sun in 1768. The island of Bougainville is the largest island in the Solomon Islands archipelago, with its outlying islands include Nissen Island and Carteret. Buka Island, standing alone on the tip of the island, and is divided by a 300-meter wide strait known as the Buka Passage. Interestingly, the Buka Passage changes its tides twice a day. Today, Buka becomes the headquarters of Bougainville, since the once satellite town of Arawa was settled by the bloody civil war in 1988. But Arawa Township, where Panguna mine is located, serves with dignity and pride to grow Papua New Guinea in its infant stages since independence in 1975, is adamant and committed to reach its glory days again. The boost to kickstart the leg of critical and initial development was the visit of Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea, Right Honorable Peter O'Neill, in January 2014, with ministers of state, including the minister responsible to make sure people of Bougainville enjoys the essential services, Honorable Ben Micah, Minister for Public Enterprise and State Investments, with Minister for Mining, Honorable Byron Chen.
Na miyama masturu al semlong miran long Prime Minister na miyari memlong Panguna, miyari memlong Buka, miyari memlong iya long Obol lo site. And we talk long all people of Bougainville. This is not a small child. This is not just another ordinary adult. This is the Prime Minister of the nation of Papua New Guinea. And we talk to you. I am sorry.
And become talk sorry. Sorry lo number one lo crisis him come up na mela yumi.
Now to me, that is the biggest statement of humility from the leader of the country of Papua New Guinea that should unlock any doubt, any fear, any uncertainty in the minds of the people of Bougainville that the time for reconciliation and resolution of this conflict has come, and we must confront the issue of working together.
It has been 25 years since the Coconut Revolution. The people have neither posted a letter to their families and friends, nor enjoying an Air New Guinea flight into Aropa, the once an international destination. These are few examples of government services totally out of the radar in Bougainville.
Long current economic status facing you me today, economic blow you me been collapse because this last 15 years crisis, na ikat plenty man Mary only suffer no good through. Long all kita kind service lo excessing, long lo school fees, long lo transport, lo buka lo last few years you by spend them something on some 100 or 150 kina ego income. This la money and big plat too much lo one plaman use him lo kolo buka lo excess him this la basic services also post office na Air New Guinea and money you can look out in family longen.
On the contrary, not to mention a build-up of decades illiteracy rate looming over Bougainville that can be an insurmountable pressure to curb when it comes to addressing developments adequately.
We look forward to working closely one time ABG, now honorable leaders of Bougainville, and you can be rest assured that this government over the next 4 or 5 years, we will work closely with the people of Bougainville and in making sure that our commitments that the national government has made is implemented to the fullest extent.
The Prime Minister's visit to Bougainville is very significant in terms of recuperating and beefing up the state-owned enterprises, to immediately resuscitate decades of laxity and to bring investment kina back to the people of Bougainville. Most importantly, establishing confidence and hope for the young people.
Now, people will take our discussions in a manner thinking that everything in Bougainville is about Panguna. We are not interested about Panguna and some of the mining issues that has been discussed. We are interested in bringing development to Bougainville as a whole. Those discussions about Panguna will take its course. The landowners, the ABG government can continue to discuss how we move forward on those issues. But our government's main interest is to build an infrastructure, building institutions that will change our lives into the future.
The visit has been earmarked as historical in all media fronts because after 25 years, a Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea has set foot in Panguna mine. The township of Buka serves this 9,000 square kilometer island of Bougainville since the crisis, and you can canvass the impossibilities and difficulties of people living in the south and central Bougainville and parts of North Bougainville had to negotiate through countless flood crossing rivers, impassable roads, and low concrete bridges that often create problems when there is flood, to travel all day to Buka for trading and utilizing government services. When the Minister for Public Enterprise and State Investments, Honorable Ben Micah, visited Arawa during the reconciliation trip, to his amazement, he learned that people have been utilizing coconut and copra to earn cash.
I also am making recommendations to the Minister for Commerce and Trade to declare the Kieta Port area, Toniva, to become a special economic zone, so that we can encourage private sector to partner with the government to take advantage of tax incentives, duty exemptions, to immediately move industries into this area, this corridor from Kieta to Toniva that sits between the airport and the town of Arawa, to immediately kickstart the economy of Bougainville.
The quantity of copra shipment in the refurbished Kieta wharf is outstanding.
I'm also encouraged to hear from the port manager that the tonnage of cocoa, which is about 20,000 a month, is being shipped out of this port. And copra, even though the price has been low, the Bougainville farmers are producing copra and moving large tons of copra every quarter. I'd like now to announce that I will be working very closely now with the board of PNG Port Corporation Limited and the management to increase the international freight capacity of this port. And part of the strategy is to declare the Toniva-Kieta corridor as a special economic zone.
The state-owned companies such as PNG Power, Water PNG, PNG Ports, Post PNG, Motor Vehicle Insurance Limited or MVIL, Telecom, Papua New Guinea, and BSP through MVIL shares plays a vital role in ensuring Bougainville reaches appropriate comeback in development.
State-owned companies are going to be in the forefront of the national government's efforts and commitments to contribute to the rebuilding, reconstruction and rehabilitation of Bougainville. And this is the heart of Bougainville. This is where the administrative hub and commercial hub of Bougainville used to be, and it seems like the direction that it's now taking, Arawa is going to become a very major administrative, commercial and business hub.
The significance of SOEs taking the front line is to empower the people to make businesses, make money through formal employment, and creating opportunities for investment partnerships in other economic and social sectors.
In terms of the infrastructure and the logistic and utilities that the government, through the state-owned companies, is emphasizing to be established as matter of priority in the reconstruction and the rebuilding process.
That is why Prime Minister O'Neill entrusts Minister Micah to personally deliver these basic government services to the people of Bougainville.
To the people, especially the landowners of the town of Arawa, the landowners of the port of Kieta and industrial center in Toniwa and Aropa Airport, and also land where the transmission lines of PNG Power and the telecommunication infrastructure is passing through. I would really ask the people of Bougainville, we are making special effort to establish these assets, not for our good. Yes, we hope to make some revenue out of it, but it's more for the good of the people of the suffering autonomous region of Bougainville. So look after these assets.
The need for services was also alluded to by the Mekamui commander, President of Mekamui, Philip Miriori, and others on the Panguna mine site, that they have far too long suffered government services and benefits.
The Mekamui are only interested in building a better community for our people and guaranteeing a bright future for our children. It is this commitment to our people and our future that stops us from repeating the mistakes of the past and ensure that our focus is entirely upon our future.
They welcome the move by state-owned enterprises to rebuild Bougainville.
Now, as far as restoration is concerned in Bougainville, we never truly experienced restoration after the peace. We understand, basically, because since that time, when Bougainville Copper was closed, the national government or the central government was not making enough money to cater for our needs and also the needs nationwide. Now, we are happy today that this government is making a commitment, a strong commitment again, to restore Bougainville. And we believe that as this restoration process is taking place here, people will truly feel the weight and the commitment of the government to the people of Bougainville. I don't have any other way to express my gratitude to the Honorable government.
Following the state-owned enterprise interventions will be education and health, who have been already on the ground, but more investment in youth of Bougainville in technical vocational training skills is essential. That is to make sure that youths don't have to look for an employer for an employment, but to start up small businesses for themselves. Whilst on location at the Aropa Airport, Minister Micah announces the resumption of Air Niugini flights into the 1.6-kilometer Aropa Airport.
As the Minister responsible for Air Niugini, I've been instructed by the Prime Minister in consultation and with the agreement of the President of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville to commence Air Niugini flights into the mainland of Bougainville. I've been discussing this opening up of the airport with the minister, who is the member responsible for this electorate. And him and I are working very closely together with the Minister for Civil Aviation, Honorable Stephen Davis, and the National Airport Corporation, who's represented by Mr. Sylvester Kanachi. And Prime Minister wants this airport to be open this year. So I am targeting the first quarter of the year, Minister. And Sylvester, New Guinea has been instructed. They are now working out the scheduling and the aircraft type that can commence the flights into Arapa Airport.
Minister also announces that Post PNG, when opening soon, will serve New Guinea customers in Arawa.
I would also like to announce to the Bougainville people on the mainland that as soon as we return, in 2 weeks' time, I'm returning to open the post office in Arawa. We will also open the post office to become an agency of New Guinea, so that tickets will be sold also in Arawa.
The Prime Minister, Honorable Peter O'Neill, also expresses confidence that he wanted to board the first inaugural flight into Arapa Airport.
We will rebuild Bougainville together. Today I make this commitment. Minonaplo wait another 15 years, Lokamlo Arawa. I will be back here on the first flight when anybody comes back to Arawa.
The Ministry of Civil Aviation come to Arawa today, lo toksa lo ipla, that in the next 2 weeks, ipla by come na welcome groundbreaking ceremony lo Arapa Airport.
Air New Guinea today flies into Buka town 6 times in a week. It is serving the total population of over 200,000, and not to mention that demand is increasing. Air New Guinea resumption into Arapa will certainly offload the burden of traveling long hours by people from Central and South Bougainville.
When Arapa Airport is open, we believe all other activities will be activated just by activating this infrastructure of the government.
The Kiata Port resumed its services and infrastructure development since 2010. The port has exported a staggering copra commodity exports in a year. These yields and productions are definitely signs of people wanting to excel in businesses and life. With no doubt, Kiata Ports will be the haven for coral sea trading as well as the Pacific in years to come.
So once that is done, we will work in accordance with in conjunction with the NBG to make sure that we deliver a proposed facility that is consistent with the national transportation strategy of getting a strategic port in the New Guinea Islands, but at the same time making sure that we've got of access capacity within the region. So it is a very strategic approach to this, and we look forward to working with the government and of course
With the sea and air services back into Bougainville, Prime Minister is committed to seal the Kokopau to Buin Road and other economic routes.
And I want to tell you this. Next 3 years, we don't like to talk about referendum, we don't like to talk about independence, we don't like to talk about politics of Bougainville, me less please. I want to talk about Kokopau to Buin sealing of that highway this year. I want to talk about Arawa town sealing this year. Also, Minister of State Enterprise to talk like open Arapa Airport this year. Town na water sewage flow Arawa town. Town the sewage is important. Now power companies you must throw in this work of power go narpla Bougainville. Plan the work is outstanding. Plan the uplo you must symbol jetty go inside or feed the road you must fix them all this la. There's a time but Bougainville will come up strong.
Certainly, and with no doubt, autonomous region of Bougainville will witness rise in economic and social activities. An outstanding effort by PNG Power Underground has restored power back to Arawa Township, operating on a diesel fuel.
It's very encouraging that the level of cooperation has made it possible for the installation of these 3 generators that are producing about 500 kilowatt of power and sustaining the energy requirements of Arawa Town and also going towards Kieta and Toniva. The COO, the Chief Operating Officer, who is here, and the manager that is based in Puka will make some further comments, but I'd like to say that in light with the expansion program of activities that we foresee as a result of the Prime Minister's visit, there is a need to produce more power, and I will be instructing PNG Power to look at the possibility of constructing a series of hydropower facilities that can step up, the generation of power into something that is more adequate to cater for the expanding needs of the requirement of the consumers.
PNG Power Bougainville is already mooting to build a hydropower plant at Tin Puch area that will cater for the insurgence of electricity usages soon.
And since then, it was the first time that we come on board, and then we put a team in place. And as of now, we got a couple of projects that are running. Our project into Toniva is going on. We are now into extension into Europa, where we just had a visit with the minister. And I think as soon as we return from this trip, we'll be getting the team ready and the materials ready to extend into there before the NEVD service and the other services can come in. With regard to the other RE extensions and the other programs into the villages, PNG Power is very much committed to roll out the government initiatives. Wherever the population demand is there, we will be there.
Most of the fundings, including our vehicles, were funded by the ABG. So that's a big credit to ABG, which really got us moving and getting back Arawa into operation.
But nonetheless, with the establishment of electricity in Arawa, signs of positive economic developments emerges in Arawa Town with the permanent establishment of Bank South Pacific in 2011.
A lot of people have been traveling to Buka for nearly 3-4 hours to get banking services there. So I'd like to congratulate BSP and commend them for taking this initially risky move. A lot of people were afraid of coming to Arawa and into central Bougainville, but the bank, which is carrying a lot of money, was able to make that critical decision to come, and the minister himself and the manager will tell us the impact that this bank has had on the community.
We also have 2 rural branches that has been established in South Bougainville, in Buin, which is also looking after the South Bougainville people as well, and then one in Wakunai, BSV sub-branches. Business is picking up as well in as well. We're seeing a lot of outside business coming in, partnership with the locals here, and growing the economy here. Yeah.
With the electricity and bank already on the ground, economy has picked up. The need for extension and greater planning of Arawa Township is imminent.
Arawa Town was a mining town that played host to the capital of the former North Solomon provincial government. Today the story speaks for itself, as you can see, but it is slowly but surely being rebuilt. Arawa has a growing population, and as the peace process is intensifying, the population is also growing fast. People are flocking into Arawa from South Bougainville as well as North Bougainville to conduct business and other activities. This is putting strain on the already ailing facilities in town. Our 2 primary schools and elementary are struggling to meet this unpredictable spree of urban migration.
PNG Water was also on the ground with the minister and was advised to immediately design and construct water, sewage and sanitation for our township.
I understand that during the assessment, the people in Arawa town are using the water untreated, which means that it's not good for human consumption. So I hope that people are aware, and that means that Water PNG has to do a lot of awareness. But in terms of the assessment, Water PNG has recommended that there's a lot of capital work that has to be done, and I'm happy to say that the minister, and I'm hoping that the national government, in support by our minister, that we can get in as soon as possible to rehabilitate the system, to ensure that the piping system, both the water and sewage, are intact. And I'm aware that on the technical assessment, the sewage system is already beginning to filter out into the town area because of the increase in population. So for any town that needs to exist, we need to have water and sewage. And water and sewage are key to a city or a town. And it's important that before the outbreak of a disease, that Water PNG gets into the town and ensure that this essential service is made safe for people to use.
The local member for Central Bougainville and Minister for Communication, Honorable Jimmy Mirictoro, has expressed satisfaction that the team to build the water and sewage is already planning ahead to help rebuild our township.
Now, during the crisis, the water system was not operating. And therefore, when we came back after the crisis, we were using untreated water. Now, the population in Arawa, they know that the water that they were using are untreated. I'm quite happy to say that PNG Water is now keen to help to resuscitate the water system here in Arawa. Basically, because it has to serve the needs of the population here. Now, if we don't have proper water system, that means water that is chlorinated and sanitized, our whole population will have problems.
Both ministers were also impressed to see Post PNG already renovating its building, and within weeks of producing this documentary, Arawa Post Office would have opened.
We just started refurbishment last year, 2013. So it's about 25 years service was not provided to people of Central Bougainville and the Buka as well. So with that, we took this opportunity and we said that with our vision from our minister, state minister, want the services to be delivered to people, right to the people. That's where we actually took that step to get ourselves organized to get into Arawa and set up the post office so people can have that service. Service like financial services where they had to go and get the money, they should get it from post office. Services like sending letters to out to other senders. Most cases where parents wait for the over letter for the children to come. I think it's easy now, they can collect it from post office at Arawa, so that will make it easy so they can get the over letter arranged, the children to go quickly to school. The other thing is when airport open, we're looking at the logistics business and other services that we Post PNG provide. We want to extend that into our own township.
MVIL, meanwhile, has already planned to open its Arawa office by early March 2014, following the trip.
We are now working towards setting up the office here to cater for third-party motor vehicle insurance. And at the same time, we are looking at underwriting some risks here in the general insurance. Our Pacific MMI, which is a subsidiary of motor vehicle insurance, will be also operating within the same premises to underwrite risks in the business as we venture into restoring services back into the region.
Minister Micah also wants Post PNG to lease its office space to Papua New Guinea to begin serving the people of Central and South Bougainville to purchase airline tickets at Post PNG office in Arawa.
Minister from Place Balus, one time commercial manager of New Guinea, to play only this sign, and is signifying opening long New Guinea inside long Arawa today. So people can start long buying ticket long this counter here. Ticket people can start buying now. Now while on the big office, let me start on the side. But now some you opening to put him on. I mean talk you can come stand up long this counter today. Now you start to buy ticket for New Guinea. Thank you.
A service that will cut down a lot of cost and queuing up in Papua New Guinea office.
True, me play Hamamas, me play along board long in New Guinea, chief executive below me, the management long in New Guinea, Hamamas will come back. Me play me play strategy office long here long set the foundation below you, So me play by providing this services long in New Guinea inside long Arawa town.
While the state-owned enterprises begin rebuilding Bougainville, especially in Arawa, the much-needed services will enable and trigger other social and economic benefits such as tourism, sports, education, health. In doing so, the reconciliation trip by Prime Minister and ministers into autonomous region of Bougainville surely entrusts confidence to Bougainvillians to rebuild its region. The restoration efforts by the government is highly commendable. The onus now stands before the landowners of Bougainville to free up land and the government of PNG and the autonomous Bougainville government to walk that talk.
Nami Hamamaslo announced him after this visit, people Miplapin Golong Parliament session last week. President wanted Mipla popular MPs Miplapin sit down. Now Mipla agree lo walk bung one time, lo determine him, or lo projects, high impact projects this la 100 million national government give him lo next 5 years. And Mipla lo kita one time leaders by Mipla decide him how by spend him. Or say first 100 million last time. ABC Tasol only decide him, or we put him Mipla popular MPs lost side. But this unity now we finish. State Enterprise Minister Empin Pilai major role long visit lo Prime Minister. Now this la walk Empin make him lo bring him or my lo New Island lo halibim make him national government. Now to Prime Minister yet also one pla my because only initiate him. And me make him try pla impact lo mi pla lo leaders. Nothing lo people lo Bougainville too. And me unite him through me plalo leaders.
Bougainville was first settled some 28,000 years ago, according to history of Bougainville, from the New Island province. During the migration period, traditions and customs and beliefs, domesticated animals, obsidian tools, and lifestyles followed too. Therefore, through the customs and beliefs, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill and his delegations were received in Bougainville by the Maimais, or chiefs of New Island, who are custodians of traditional rites, rituals, and beliefs at the Puka airport.
New Island, Puka, is everything was everything I did in Manus, That's all I want them. Stop all the time. People are like, I look so long and I'm from, hey, now we come out from here. You want kind of support all the New Island, all the New Guinea Islands, all the surplus want them in Bougainville, all the people here don't all the time. They bring in Prime Minister, come. My people all people from Bougainville, my people treat them all my mind, all the line on New Guinea Islands.
Prime Minister Peter O'Neill was ordained with New Island Customs earlier in 2012, and his arrival and reception was orchestrated by Member for Kavieng and Namatanai, Honorable Ben Micah and Byron Chen.
Emi open broad, long emplo go inside, long ground blue. Tete, emi no man blue here, a man to narfla. But people put me in long bed, and preach it. Now, long open broad blue here. Honorable, the Minister, Byron Chen, Emi, by open broad, you go long, President, long autonomous, Bougainville. Minister of Law, Private Enterprise, M2, by Open Road, the Prime Minister.
Governor for East New Britain Province, Honorable Tobain Jr., later joined the ministers and the Maimais to complete the New Guinea Island package.
As Governor of East New Britain, New Island, Nifla, originated long. New Island. Nabian mi play bolo also kubo na connection on se mi kam tool of Bougainville. So time mi play stamp. Isoi monsen mi play all leaders through the politics inside the leaders in the New Guinea Islands. Mi play all.
So the Prime Minister was received in Bougainville through New Island Customs. That signifies that our PNG ways of culture and traditional beliefs remains the core of our existence, no matter what people say about our beliefs.
No matter what, you can come with foreign system, but the culture will be still here. That is why people must come strong in the beginning, long yellow, where every come up big man inside of culture, the people inside of New Island program.
The impacts of this premiere of traditional signature performances showcased at the airport by Honorable Ben Micah and Byron Chen cast away doubts and resentments still airborne in Bougainville. The presentation of gifts such as pigs, money, mace, and symbolic leaves epitomized the safe passage and welcome.
President, Triple Chief, the whole of people from Bougainville, Prime Minister O'Neill, and we can prove to him around the soil from autonomous region, also Papua New Guinea, because this autonomous region is still an integral part of the country of Papua New Guinea. The Prime Minister, we come and walk about inside the autonomous region, stop what them you plan long triple day. Na talk na look sabe long one maybe need long carry long national level long addressing all civil on the autonomous region. One kind to president. You working on to a big custom long prime minister. Time you come long parliament the Podmos meal long last Wednesday. One time triple chief. President, you too, you papa long prime minister. You too, you papa from me. The papa from chief says one time, governor and minister. You papa from me black. Because you the soul. You've been deputy chairman of constitutional planning committee. Now you the soul you will go pass. The writing constitution from this country. Now you one time say Michael Somarian and said to the chair are the last remaining survivors of the fathers and the pioneers of this country.
Put him hand one time, please. Put him hand one time. Thank you.
Even though I'm Prime Minister from country of Papua New Guinea, and he come down and he humble him in front of you, or someone from Papua from country from long Papua New Guinea. People from Bougainville, People from Bougainville, President Triple Chief. Longan Blomi mi olim, Miss Emi Makim, custom Blomi Pla Long Niwale. It's a custom, Emi Sabe by Mary, Emi Sabe Stereotype Belevi, Emi Sabe Stereotype Ground, all the kind issue. Power Blong and two, Emi winning Power Blong government. That's what I miss, Emi Makim. Tupla Island, Blong country Pla Yomi. Long Pla Island, the last Pla Island on top. Manus, that's what I red Pla miss. Emi Makim, more people from New Island, the people from Manus. But that Pla you play looking. Tambu, and money from land when you belong. Eastern Britain or Tolai. Emi Makim, more people belong. Eastern Britain, na long Marapla province, long west, long this Pla Island. Western Britain. So President, Prime Minister, me come inside from region of Long Island. Me he got 17 member of parliament. He representing New Guinea Island inside the national parliament. Only one of us is in the opposition. 16 of us are in government because I want to assure you and the people of Bougainville that we trust this Prime Minister. The commitment we are now by me talk. Also, me vow from Musa Emirana Tens. Me want to initiate that vow. From 1997, all people from Karanali, big place up from New Island, only putting me on top of bed, and me too, me holding title from my mind. We got put the title. Me my mind and me vow. Anta from Desala, remember from Caribbean, and me minister from Public Enterprise, look out in my company from Gamba. So Anta from all this or legally work with me, Makim, be like Makim Prime Minister of Yumi, long, give him this plan and play you president. This is a significant symbol that this Prime Minister is committed to you, to your APG government, to the 3 chiefs, and to the 300,000 people of Bougainville. I want them to talk long and by delivering to you, me play out 16 members of New Guinea Island. We bless up long government, we play by support them, we play by supporting them, to make sure that by got Kaikai, long this for walk about long and inside the autonomous region of Bougainville. President, me giving you 2,000 kina, and me mark the sort, long halivim with national government, and by putting more hand up long this for 2,000, long developing this for autonomous region of Bougainville, one time you the government doing it.
People of Bougainville, Prime Minister, you put him traditional Miss Law head long. President John Momis, simple long. Only reciprocate him. Whenever something we come up from last Wednesday, Lopot Mosby, time President Ibingo, na put him one kind mark, Law Prime Minister.
Thank you, you come down, Lord Money, Possible Laos Tarayu, now Laos Point, and by Governor Bougainville of East Britain. Honorable Adamant Mining Jr. by Wokim Tok Long Chief Long South Bougainville, na behind by Minister Baron Chen Tok Long Chief Long North Bougainville, na Martin Combeng, and Chief Martin, and by finishing one time Chief Martin Central Bougainville. Thank you.
Thank you to Chief Long South Bougainville, Prime Minister, President. Long son of Makim to all people long East New Britain, also passing in Misabe Goy Camp, long people long here long Bougainville, which I go come up long East New Britain. Today too, Isla SOE Molsem, Mipla all people long East New Britain, Inogat, Belleville long all people long Bougainville. Isla too, SOE Molsem, Isla government. Today, Maki Molsem, Inogat Belleville long all people through long people of Papua New Guinea, I come long people of Bougainville. Also, today, Chief, we token long Sanap Makim, people of Long East Britain, we like give him this every sala, and we want to param tamu plus 1,000 kina. Thank you. Now what them miss.
Governor Long is Britain, he put him traditional musical long, promote chief long, Boeing, Mr. Toke, after long talk only waiting. You can put him on the 1 to 3.
Prime Minister, President, all chief, all people from Bougainville, mi sanapia mi mandong bus, tumbuan. Boklo mi pla are long East New Britain wantem governor, na long side lo mi pla long namata na mi pla are long isan tambuka. Mi pla gado tambu, long pikinini, mi mari dikam long isan na long bukatu. So mi pla. No side of me, at the line, my from Mipla and Prime Minister Mipla strong in this plan. Cast down namelong imi, walk boom, long walk about long Prime Minister inside long autonomous Bougainville. Thank you.
Dr. Kikamed Long, Minister of Mining, Member of Namatanai, National Parliament, Honorable Byron Chen. You put him on 1 time, 1, 2.
Let's walk about the camp. All my illusion. You can look so well, you know, Bougainville has only stopped long here. You let talk long New Guinea Islands region. Now all get up from Papua New Guinea, all established from here. So you know something long talk. All Bougainville has all look at. You may look so you please you one. In the marriage you walk about. Who want them New Guinea Islands region? Even past it people. Conflict come inside, and we run on top nothing. Good policy now is happiness or reconciliation. Come up in peace ceremony, come up in peace. Talk the well-being of mankind, its peace and security cannot be attained until and unless unity is firmly established. You come along here. Long confirm that's all get to walk about. You mean no come no walk in peace, no God. Big man long central Bougainville. Me come long here long strong in this letter so want them delegation long. Double ministers, Prime Minister stop long here. Long strong him. One of something President long autonomous Bougainville walking long must be long some Latami companies. I'm going to walk, you go one plus side. That's why I come up long here. Look come up in total. Mama look seven, I go to the city stop. All get the peak now, all get the custom money, now all get the something, it's only and now the token. The real essence is strengthening relationship. Yep. Strengthening relationship, now we stop yet to be one guy. That's why me I don't want one speakers he talk long. You must talk. A shining spark of truth cometh forth after a different glass of obedience. Chief, Central Bougainville. I became me go long Prime Minister by Kim Despola. Two means also Mali talk. One play Markham two provinces belong New Guinea Islands. Manus na niwala ng right palamis na East Britain na West Britain lobby. Tamo mis more than 1,000 kina. Na mitim na sila layo. Ay go man them Prime Minister Kipinis na sila layo. That's why so empowered that
President of Autonomous Region of Bougainville, Chief Dr. John Momes, embraced the delegation and accepted the customary rituals with his chiefs because they understand its symbolic significance and how important it is for Mai to showcase such performances.
Man and his subject. Man is the driving force for development. It is man who must take control of the situation. Man yet, he must liberate him, long cross long end. Long lo belhebe migat long narafla man. Man yet, he must go now work in this reciprocal arrangement long sikan. You giving me something, we back in no good person. So now that's all people of Bougainville, my people from Papua New Guinea, we have just witnessed a very powerful Melanesian cultural activity that binds us, the leadership, the leaders, inextricably to work together to find a new paradigm for Bougainville.
One of the significant rituals that took place was at the Morgan Junction. This is also to seek safe passage and special clearance for the Prime Minister and his delegations to enter Panguna mine. Remember, this area alone is the crowns of Bougainville today, and such ritual performances, led by the ministers and Governor Tobaini, paved way for this historical touchdown by the Prime Minister of Papua New Guinea.
Oh, Krisuma! Misawe! That bell cry stop yet? All line, all extreme, all heavy, all biru stop. That's the level. 1,000 kina. Amis. Na. Big slip on them like kai. Bye bye. I give you pala long ting long bell policy. But don't promise they come out. Like put him like along this lap place. Why not got belly stuff? Oh, Chris, Uma. 1,000 please stick.
Okay, thank you, Trunong. My. Don't come to Xaverong. Drive long. Bougainville people. Na disra burut wa misa sanap. Na misa be karai longen. Thank you, Trunong. You come on them. Custom law you. How you say walk about? Pangap man say die. We thank you. You know got you know not looking custom law because you have to bagarabi me. They broke bagarabi custom from me. Thank you.
This is historic, and it will be written down in the history books of Papua New Guinea as Honorable Peter O'Neill, the first Prime Minister to set foot in Panguna after the bloody Civil War. The Mai stories will linger on too, and the significance of our cultural heritage that binds us all together as Papua New Guineans will continue to dwell in our midst. The final leg of events was the presentation of pigs, maize, monies to the landowners of Arawa and Bougainville, where state-owned enterprises will be commissioning their services. A general request by the minister responsible to the landowners to allow much-needed services to burn out of their land that could service majority of the people who desperately needed the government services.
Please, no can stop him all this, la government on services lo coming. Emi come lo save him you. Emi come lo save him you. Plan the time you miss our finish. All this la government on businesses in us are working profit. Also working blood ram lo karam service inside the 1-1 community. So only come lo ino lo working profit na working drive la business noga. Priority number 1 blow all and blow providing service to all communities inside the country blow union.
The state-owned enterprises must now walk the talk.